Hey everybody, well, we just watched an actual series I was kind of anticipating on Netflix. The Last Airbender. Right? Now, The Last Airbender Avatar series is amazing.
The cartoon.
Cartoon, right? Then the movie came out and crushed all my childhood dreams.
But you didn't see Avatar in your childhood.
No, but that's the saying, right? It actually, it was one of the worst adaptations of anything I've ever seen in my life.
That was by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. Like, it was right up there with Dragon Ball Z's Evolution movie. It was just ridiculously stupid. Well, Netflix has brought out a series, 8 episodes, almost an hour long each, 40-some minutes each. And I watched the entire thing so far. It only came out Thursday of last week.
I watched 5 episodes.
So, if we get through 5 episodes, at least that means it's watchable, normally. So what did you think of the series?
Well, first, we're babies. Okay, we can watch cartoons and enjoy them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there are a lot of adults out there who think, why would I watch a cartoon? Okay, but if you're not one of those, and you do happen to watch anime or animation, The Last Airbender, Avatar, was epic. It was really good.
Now we're not talking Bluey. You don't have to sit there and watch Bluey.
What's Bluey?
Bluey's that little cartoon dog on Disney that all the little kids at 4 years old watch.
No, we don't watch Paw Patrol.
It's not that kind of animation.
No, but it's the general idea of the story is there are different there are different benders, and they can do magic with air, earth, water, fire. And there is one that's the protector of the world, and they can control all 4 elements. And the Fire Nation wants to take over everything. The one Avatar is just a child at this point, and they get taken out of commission for 100 years. When he comes back, he has to save the day. And so he goes on these adventures, picking up friends, there's romances, and they go along and they defeat the Fire Nation. That's the story of Avatar. Epic.
And like the characters for an animated series are drawn out. Like, you know each character, like their personalities, their wants, and they grow throughout the series.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know, Highway to Heaven. Every episode they meet a new character, and that character sometimes comes back and is part of the gang. So he has like a posse at the end of it. And
this one?
I'm happy that this one is kind of staying true to the story. It's not deviating too much, because I could recognize this happened in the cartoon. This happened in the cartoon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They changed a couple things, like the sister is in book 1. She never showed up in book 1 in the series. There's 3 books. Book 1, 2, and 3 in the animated series. Well, the evil sister doesn't show up in the first one.
Well, I think this is a sped up timeline. Like they're not showing every episode, because it was a long cartoon.
But it finished exactly where book 1 finishes, at the Northern Water Tribe. So that's book 1.
Okay.
So they did speed up some things in it, but overall I was very satisfied with the action. Like, there's more action in the first 15 minutes of this series than there was in the entire movie that they brought out. And the action is real action. That was what was most disappointing about the Last Airbender movie. The guys there's 6 guys all in this dance, the rock guys who can move rocks, and they go boom, 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 and they're all moving, and they move and a little rock floats up in the air, and one guy goes like this, and it goes over and it shoots at a guy. That's not airbending, that's not rock bending, that's not any earth bending. This one, they're lifting rocks and crushing, and this is violent.
Yeah, this is kind of like a weird straddle between good for children and good for adults. It's in the middle. Yeah. But it's sometimes heavy.
Yeah, you don't see the violence, you can hear it in a way. Like, they burn people and you can hear them scream.
Now, like what I'm talking about is adults will enjoy it, but it's not something that kids can't watch.
No. At least older, older than 10, 11 years old
Yeah.
kind of thing are fine. Now, is there any characters that you thought were weakest?
Okay. Like my whole criticism of this, my
Yeah.
biggest criticism
Okay.
is I really don't like the acting.
Oh, yeah?
I don't like Aang, which is the main character. Sokka. I just think the children are miscast because they feel like television quality. They feel CW quality.
Mm-hmm.
But the older characters like Iroh and the Fire King, like that's Daniel Day Kim.
Yeah.
And Iroh is the guy from Kim's Convenience and the pilots for Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yeah.
These are stars, and they were doing really well. I liked them, but the rest of the acting.
See, I only had I basically had problems with two characters. What's the sister's name? Suka?
Katara?
No, the evil one.
I can't remember her name.
I wish I could remember her
Evil
name.
sister.
Evil sister. I didn't like her so much, and I also didn't like him.
Zuko?
Yeah,
The evil prince.
Yeah, the little small guy. Like he's way shorter than he was in the series, in the animated series. He's not as like threatening kind of thing. I didn't do him very well. Now we also see the two friends of the sister show up, and one of them is actually his girlfriend in the series. And she seems completely miscast. Like, they don't act the same at all. Doesn't look the same, doesn't act the same, doesn't do anything.
Now, is that because you're trying to do real children as cartoon characters? Cartoon characters, you can have that evil kind of thing going on, but kids that look like kids.
Yeah, but the thing is that they also have the emotional stuff come out, and I didn't get that as much. Like, I felt it more in the cartoon when he's rambling about what his father did than I did in this series. And that's a bit of a problem. But overall, I still was quite satisfied watching this show.
Yeah, but still, like Aang, who's the main character, like the way he speaks, how it rolls out of his mouth, it's just sometimes it's too fast or unclear. I don't get the emotion from it, and then the CGI can sometimes be good and sometimes be very studio fake.
Well, yeah, and it's a TV series. But you know what? If I can let it go for Hercules and Xena Warrior Princess, I can let it go for this. Because some of the action scenes are really well done.
Yeah.
Like the fight scenes are really well done in this.
And despite being a studio CGI feeling at times, it does still look good.
Yeah.
They put a lot of effort into it.
And I appreciate that they kept basically true to the storyline. They didn't try and rewrite everything.
No.
Which I really do appreciate. And there wasn't a lot of stuff being put in that wasn't in like wokeness or anything like that. There's a moment in this. I don't know if you've come across it yet, but it was in the animated series as well. So I was okay with the way they did it.
Okay.
Not a problem.
I've watched 5 episodes of 8 and I haven't seen anything like that.
You haven't seen the big battle at the end yet.
I did like the little romance between Sokka and when he went to the island and there was the girl warriors. I did like that little romance thing. But on the whole, like I think I'm enjoying it more just because my nostalgia for the cartoon.
It does. Well, yeah, it does help. You know, considering though I've seen how many Disney live action movies, and very few of them I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed this much more.
Well, I enjoyed a few of the Disney live actions, but like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King and Jungle Book, I thought those were all really good. Would I say that those are better quality than this one? Yes.
Well, yeah, they have another $200 million thrown into them.
So I don't know if somebody who hasn't watched the cartoon would actually enjoy this.
You know what? If you were a younger person watching this, starting off, and
Younger,
this is your
like a young teen watching this?
and this is your first introduction into that might make you want to go watch the actual cartoon. And the cartoon is still better, but this is 8 episodes of book 1. Book 1 and the other had 24 episodes. Yeah. So, they have time to do things. They can go off and wander and have different adventures. You don't have that as much in here. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to give it a thumbs up because I enjoyed watching this. In fact, I binge watched it the entire day. So if I'm able to watch something for an entire day without going, okay, I'm done, because I can't do that with a lot of shows now. Mm-hmm. I'll start watching it, and by episode 3, that's it. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't, I have to binge watch this, but it wasn't painful, and I was enjoying it because of my nostalgia. It was fairly well done, but it wasn't a binge watch for me. It was, okay, I could watch this.
The big thing for me was they actually made bending look like bending compared to that idiotic movie. Because that was atrocious. And it was voted in the Razzies as one of the worst movies ever adapted to film. So, great on him. One of the best directors we've ever had, right? Somebody who wrote The Sixth Sense wrote that piece of garbage. That is amazing. But I'm going to say yes. Give The Last Airbender a chance. Give it a couple episodes. If it draws you in, great. If not, you only spent a couple episodes. Like it's great, but I mean, but